everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Due to the graphic and disturbing nature of the crimes discussed, listener discretion is advised. Retrostatic Radio presents Killing 15 Minutes.
Hello and welcome to Killing 15 Minutes, where you get your true crime fix in 15 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. I'm your writer, Sam Rossi, and shortly I'll be handing over a rough draft of a script to my brother, AJ, who hasn't read it, who's most likely has no idea what we're talking about. This should be fun. Good luck, bro.
And the Unabomber's in the shed and back. He's gonna blow up the Fed. You know, he'll have a good time then. Right? Because that was the Unabomber's thing. It was, he wanted to try and destabilize the government and big tech, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Sam. And thank you, listeners, for 2 whole years of listening to this insanity. It's because of you I'm trapped in this purgatory. Thank you. Picture it. Chicago, Illinois, 1942. May 22nd, a child was born. A child whose IQ was 167. Now, did he have a 167 as a child? Really? Really? Really?
Really?
I doubt it. The child would grow into a homegrown terrorist. Terror reigning from 1978 to 1995 all over the U.S. The child was Theodore John Kaczynski, the Unabomber. Ted's parents were second-generation Polish Americans. They were Roman Catholics, but they did become agnostics. But they did become atheists later in their lives. I don't know why I thought agnostics there.
Because he was more agnostic.
At 6 months old, he was hospitalized for hives for 8 months. How fucking bad were those hives? I am so sorry for yelling into the mic on that one. 8 months of hives?
Yeah, they kept him in isolation and everything.
I'm itching just thinking about it.
Yeah.
In March 1943, his mother wrote Baby home from hospital and is healthy but quite unresponsive after his experience. I'm assuming it was just being in isolation for 8 months fucks with a dude, especially like a year after they're born or at 6 months old.
Yeah, it totally messed up his human connections.
I feel that. In 1949, brother David was born. 3 years later, they moved to the suburban Evergreen Park, Illinois. It was at Evergreen Park Central Junior High School that Ted skipped 6th grade due to his high IQ. Ted would say that this was a pivotal experience. Before the skip, he was a leader and was popular with his peers. After the skip, though, he was bullied by the older kids and did not fit in with his new peers. In high school, he played trombone in the marching band. Well, that's what got him picked on. He was a tromboner. It's not funny. That's what you call them. They're tromboners.
I know they are.
Which is funny in and of itself. He was also in mathematics, biology, coin, and German clubs. That's a hell of a club there. What are all 4 of those things have in common?
Nerds.
He found an interest in math after his sophomore year, and by the age of 15, he graduated after summer school. Now, are we actually interjecting, or do we want to read through everything?
No, you can interject.
Because I would say that I actually agree with him when he's like, this was a pivotal moment for me. Because as a former gifted child who squandered his entire life, I'm really glad I never skipped a grade. Because one of the major issues that comes with a high intelligence, or even just a high cognitive awareness, really, is a lack in other functions. He could be, the bomb diggity at math and science and blowing people up. But, I know he wasn't doing that at this point. But, school is not, despite how we were raised, because we grew up in the No Child Left Behind and the standardized testing period, tests and intelligence are only a factor of what comes from school. Socialization should be a major factor of schools.
Yes.
And that doesn't happen. And skipping a grade, you do, like what he said, I went from being, really smart, everyone knew me, because when you're in, 5th grade, you've now, without transferring schools or whatnot, you have been with these people.
Yeah,
There is a...
They're your coworkers. You're trauma bonding with them.
They are your pod mates in the prison system that is the U.S. school system.
Yes.
So suddenly being taken from the freshwater tank and put into a completely different tank, it's very easy to see an issue emerge on a societal level and behavioral. So, this one's going to be blame the school systems.
Okay.
The fall of 1958, 16-year-old Ted went to Harvard as a math prodigy. He received his bachelor's... Oh, really? It was a Bachelor of Arts degree? In mathematics? Mathematics is an arts degree?
Bachelor of Arts is a BA.
Yes, it is! I'm sorry. Sorry, in my head, I read that as he got a Bachelor in Arts, not a Bachelor of Art. Like, BA did not go into my head. It's a bachelor's degree. Screw you for being technical with it. It's a bachelor's degree. So my brain read it. He got a bachelor's in art. In the subgenre of art that is clearly math. Oh, with a GPA of 3.12, that's actually not that good of a GPA for a prodigy.
No, but if you're 16 in college, that's a great GPA.
I mean, yes and no, right?
I don't know, man.
Because, you've got a lot of people who do, who didn't have such a, prestigious, he's a mathematical prodigy, and they got a higher GPA. Mm-hmm. Granted, you also have prodigies that have lower GPAs. That's not the point. I figured he would have a higher GPA. I'm actually disappointed. That's what's going to be disappointing about this 4-parter, isn't it? During his second year at Harvard, Ted joined a study by psychologist Henry Murray. Was he the one who did all the drugs?
Yes.
Are you just thinking of that? Because Henry Murray sounds familiar.
That sounds familiar.
But I think I'm confusing him with the acid dude from California.
No, there was an acid test done at Harvard too, I believe.
There were several done at Harvard. Even I don't think it was officially, or it might have been official. Is actually part of the LSD testing in acid and all the psychedelics they actually did on Harvard. But I don't think.
Continue reading.
Sorry. Before getting the study, let's talk about Murray. Murray, during World War II, if this is where it brings up, I'm going to laugh. Do you mention the CIA? I bet you do.
I bet I do too.
Murray, during World War II, worked at the Office of Strategic Services. Oh, he was an OSS officer. That is the predecessor of the CIA. Some sources suggest that he was part of MK Ultra, but who knows? Shit, that'd be hilarious if part of my fascination with government conspiracies, if my personal love for government conspiracies, because I've read some conspiracies about Ted Kaczynski. Like, he actually didn't do any of it. He was just the name put onto it. Similar to how Lee Harvey Oswald didn't actually pull the trigger for JFK. It was actually John F. Kennedy himself from the future, or from potential future who came back was standing on the grassy knoll and shot himself.
I'm not stoned enough for that.
Actually, I think that was a Red Dwarf episode. Anywho, on to the study. Subjects were told they would debate personal philosophy with a fellow student. Well, fellow has an E, not an A.
Yeah.
He's a fellow student.
Oops.
And asked to write essays detailing their personal beliefs and aspirations. The essays were given to an anonymous individual who would confront and belittle the subject. Murray called it vehement, sweeping, and personally abusive attacks. Ted spent 200 hours as a part of the study. Wow, that sounds like it's gonna really build character.
So much character.
Harvard's fucking weird, man. Really glad Rory went to Yale. In 1962, he went to University of Michigan for his master's. So, after getting his BA, he then went to the University of Michigan?
Yes.
And the 200 hours as a part of this study was just a side thing?
Well, he was at Harvard.
But I would assume that it's important enough to bring up because...
It seemed interesting.
It is interesting, and I think that it's very important enough that, like, that was a time where 200 hours of someone personally, vehemently... Hold on, I'll use the quote again. Vehemently sweeping and personally abusive towards your philosophy.
Yes.
So it is not, wow, you kind of smell. It is, your innate core beliefs are fucked.
Yes.
I just said I like the little pink ponies. Rarity is best pony, though.
Pinkie Pie.
In 1962, he went to the University of Michigan for his master's, finishing it in 1964, and his doctoral in 1967, both in mathematics. U of M was not his first choice, though. He did apply to the University of California, Berkeley, and the University... Is that University of California, Berkeley?
At Berkeley, yeah.
Okay. So... Wait, is that actually what Berkeley's called?
Yes.
I thought Berkeley was called Berkeley.
No, it's University of California at Berkeley.
Then why is it only called Berkeley? I
Because
know...
there's multiple universities of California.
I was about to say, that's not the University of California I think of when I think of the U of C. You've just blown my mind.
It's kind of like SUNY.
Yeah, but you call that SUNY Poly. Mostly because most of the Poly people I know went to SUNY.
But a bunch.
Also, it is actually called SUNY Poly now.
Yes.
Is it called SUNY Poly as in, like, every SUNY is under the SUNY Poly label? Or is it, like, SUNY Utica or wherever it was?
SUNY Marcy or whatever it is.
Yeah, the one over in North Utica or
Yeah.
Marcy, North Utica. Is it just is still SUNY of whatever? Or is it all just SUNY Poly now? You don't know? That's okay.
I don't know. All right, let's finish this so I can get another cup of coffee.
Finish it. On page 17, how many?
It goes to 20 for that.
Are you sure?
90% sure.
Because, I mean, this is the first real page break at 27. So there has to be something. It probably does go to 20, and I will do what I can. He applied to the University of California in Berkeley, which we just discussed, because I think you should keep that part in. Which that was actually, you can cut the SUNY Poly after the joke, but he applied to the University of California in Berkeley and University of Chicago. Both did accept him, but did not give aid or a teaching position. I'm assuming that giving a teacher's aid position?
No,
oh, like actual...
financial aid.
Okay, it was financial aid? Okay.
No financial aid, no teaching position to...
U of M offered him both, though. In Michigan, he specialized in complex analysis, specifically geometric function theory. Oh, Sam, you didn't write down what geometric function theory was. Come on!
Basically, how I understand it, it is now a debunked form of mathematics.
Okay.
And that it had to do with...
Geometry and their functions? You can't use that!
shapes and their...
And Sam is now a 6th grader trying to pat. Shit, I can't use the line from the book. What geometry, shapes, functions, and what they do in a unrealistic way, as it's a theory. I'm mostly kidding. I don't know what the hell geometric function is, so you could make up some shit.
I could make up some shit, but then I'd be lying.
You wouldn't be lying, you'd be making it up. During several weeks of 1966, Ted experienced intense sexual fantasies of being female and decided to undergo gender transition. Really?
Yes.
I did not know this part. He made an appointment with a shrink. However, while sitting in the waiting room, Ted changed his mind and only talked about other things not related. He described this episode of rage after the session as a major turning point. He said, "I felt disgusted about what my uncontrolled sexual cravings had almost led me to do. And I felt humiliated. And I violently hated the psychiatrist. Just then, there came a major turning point in my life. Like a phoenix, I burst from the ashes of despair to a glorious new hope." I feel like we should have a discussion that he should have been open with his psychiatrist about his feelings, because his psychiatrist has enough training to be like, no, you don't want to chop your penis off.
Yes.
In 1967, Ted's dissertation, Boundary Functions, won the Sumner B. Myers Prize for Michigan's Best Mathematics Dissertation of the Year. And boy, howdy, was it a hot race that year. I added the hot race. It probably was not a hot race. In late 1967, 25-year-old Ted became the youngest assistant professor at Berkeley. By September of 1968, he was on his way to tenure. His teaching evals suggested he was not well liked by his students. He was a mathematics teacher, and he was young. No shit, he wasn't liked by his students. I mean, I say that before knowing how he taught or anything like that, but one would insinuate, if you're going into college for mathematics, like as a fucking major thing,
Yeah.
you're either going to really, and it's not some stodgy dude who's like, and so the hypotenuse, etc., etc. I'm good with the basic maths. I can't think of college math.
No.
X plus Y equals H.
Wow. Anyways.
I'm sorry, I remember that, my favorite, here's another one you can probably edit out. You know what my favorite math is? That one song, You plus me equals us, from that stupid short-lived MTV. What the fuck was the name of that group?
Together.
Because it was that MTV show, wasn't it?
Yes, it was an MTV. They did a movie, and then it was
so stupid.
The first MTV movie.
It was so stupid.
I know every word to that song. I know every word to you breaking up is.
Breaking up is hard to do was much earlier than
No, breaking up is easy, but getting your stuff back.
That's a real song?
That was a real song.
See, I remember you watched it. I didn't, because I wasn't into the boy band thing. I know all the boy band stuff because of you. You, Sam! I learned it from watching you!
Read.
Without warning and out of the blue, Ted resigned on June 30th, 1969. After resigning, he moved in with his parents in Lombard, Illinois. In 1971, he moved to a remote cabin he had built outside Lincoln, Montana. He wanted a simple life with little money, no electricity, no running water, and significant funds from family. So he did the thing now, which is, I want to live a homestead life.
Yeah, basically.
However, I need you to fund it all.
Yeah.
Man, would he be a van life fucking vlogger now?
I could see it.
Actually, I know someone who they were teaching at MIT they graduated from MIT and got a really nice high-paying IT job. 15 years later, they quit because their OnlyFans was making much more money than they were in a high-paying position.
Yeah.
Teddy's original goal was to be self-sufficient to live autonomously. He would ride an old bike into town and volunteer at the library. He would read classics in their original languages. In 1990, a census taker described the cabin as containing a bed, 2 chairs, storage trunks, a gas stove, and lots of books. So he went the Walden route. Cool. After 4 years of seeing his sanctuary being destroyed by developments, Ted started to sabotage the operations with booby traps and arson. During this time, he dedicated learning about sociology and political philosophy, including the works of Jacques Ellul. Ellul was a French philosopher, sociologist, lay theologian, and professor. He is called a Christian anarchist. Ellul's book, The Technological Society, became Ted's Bible, according to David. David was his brother, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think you haven't brought up David Kaczynski at all.
Except for his birth.
You're right. Except for his birth, which in the timeline was like 40 years ago, and in our record time it was like 40 years ago. I'm kidding. In 1998, Ted Oh, by the way, I've actually read that book.
Which book?
The Theological Science.
Really?
Or the Technological Society, sorry. No, now it's time for AJ Rant time!
AJ Rant time is over. Next.
I wasted it on Gilmore Girls, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
In 1998, Ted recounted, "When I read the book for the first time, I don't know why this is his voice."
Okay, Yzma.
This is my voice!
Okay.
I probably just peaked the fucking mic to high hell.
You did.
In 1998, Ted recounted, "When I read the book for the first time, I was delighted, because I thought, here is someone who is saying what I have already been thinking." Really, it also comes off more David Lynch to me. If you've ever heard an interview with him, you'll understand he kind of talks like this.
Okay.
In an interview after his arrest, Ted told of the shock he had on a hike to one of his favorite spots. "It's kind of rolling country, not flat, and when you get to the edge of it, you find these ravines that cut very steeply into the cliff, like drop-offs, and there was even a waterfall there. It was about a 2 days hike from my cabin. It was the best spot until the summer of 1983. That summer, there were too many people around my cabin, so I decided I needed some peace. I went back to the plateau, and when I got there, I found that they had put a road right through the middle of it. You just can't imagine how upset I was." I think we can, Ted. "It was from that point on I decided that rather than trying to acquire further wilderness skills, I would work on getting back at the system. I would have revenge." End of part 1. Solely because we've been going for a while and I need a second cup of coffee. Because that's what I need for our next part. More coffee!
Yes, but that's also where it does end.
Yeah, but I hate when you end them like 2 lines from the bottom because sometimes you do that just because.
I do, yes, I understand what you're saying.
So, now it's time for 15 minutes of discussing his pre-bombing thing. I think it all began when he was born in a log cabin in Illinois. Wait, no, that was Lincoln.
That was Lincoln.
I got nothing.
You got nothing so far?
I mean, Sam, I have brought up many different topics. I even brought up some that you will probably keep in the edit.
Yes, this is true.
And this is just part 1.
Oh, yes, this is true.
We have 3 more parts.
We do. Wish the people another happy anniversary.
Mazel tov!
I'm Sam Rossi.
I'm AJ Carey.
Later, y'all.
Killing 15 Minutes is hosted by Arthur Carey, with scripts written and researched by Sam Rossi. If you like this episode or want to stay updated on this series, consider following Killing 15 Minutes on Patreon or Retrostatic Radio on all major social media platforms. Good night and God bless.
You're watching Retrostatic Radio. Wheel of Random is turn, turn, turn. Tell us the 15 minutes we shall learn.
I'm Sam Rossi, writer and co-host of Randomly 15 Minutes, where the Wheel of Randomness gives me the topic and I write about it.
I'm Megan Klodnicki, and I'm the host of Randomly 15 Minutes. I cold read what Sam writes and learn in real time about a random topic.
You can find us on all major podcast platforms and YouTube.
Follow us on Facebook at Randomly 15 Minutes to get more random facts.